Welcome to this week's yoga video. This week in our meditation we're going to concentrate on the solar plexus, the third chakra point, and we're going to bring that awareness into our yoga practice. So when we're working with the chakra points, it's not just about meditating and visualizing or using the color that corresponds with that chakra point. We can also bring that awareness into our yoga practice. So if we're working on this chakra point, it's the solar plexus, it's that energy of fire. You hear the expression, you've got a fire in your belly. It means that you've got a lot of energy, you've got a lot of motivation. So when this is balanced, you're full of energy, you're full of motivation, you're full of desire to achieve. When it's in an unbalanced state, you lack that energy, you're feeling very frustrated, depressed and insecure. So when we do our yoga practice for that particular chakra point, it's going to be full of energy, but not necessarily a quick moving posture. We're going to be holding and working in around the plank, where we hold these muscles in alignment and creates that heat building in the solar plexus. So when we're working in this area here, it's really important to warm up the back. So we're going to do that first. So closing your eyes, let's first just bring our awareness down into the seat of the posture and relax, taking some nice deep breaths and bring that awareness now from outside inside. Stop thinking about things that are going on outside you, conversations, activities that need and pull your attention, and start bringing your awareness into the body. Notice the flow of the breath. Notice how you feel today. It's really important to get that awareness in the body before we start our practice of yoga or meditation. Connecting in with the breath. Taking some nice deep inhales, allowing the exhale to start reducing the level of tension in the body. So remember, the inhale brings that energy into the body. It stimulates our energy centers. Really important when we're working in the practice of yoga and meditation. And then when we exhale, what we're doing is telling the body it doesn't need to contract. So slowly, as you become more connected with the breath, more of the muscles are starting to be in your control. Often we don't even notice we're holding tension until you actively start relaxing an area. One area is typical is round the jaw, across the forehead, or down into the neck and shoulders. And then what we need to be doing is, when we started connecting in with the breath, trying to bring a little bit of movement in harmony with the breath. So just rocking, we've done this before, from side to side. Notice my body, I'm not rocking over from side to side in this way, but moving into the stomach, starting activating the side of the body. Getting some movement. Imagining the fluidity of the spine. Now, if you're practicing this in the morning, which I recommend that you do, then you might notice you're a little bit stiff through the back, where we've been laying down all night. And just gently moving, getting some movement, some fresh oxygen down into the cells with some nice deep inhales. Clearing away any tension, any static energy trapped into the muscles. Just start moving, start flowing. And notice if you're feeling really tight in the lower back. That's normal often after you've been laying down for long periods of time or sitting. The back needs a little bit of time to start warming up and bring some softness into the muscles to allow movement. Checking we're not jutting the chin out, but just allowing that lengthening up through the back of the neck. Keeping the breath nice and soft in the body. And now we want to target more of the solar plexus, so the upper abdominal muscles. I want to gently create circles with the stomach. So some rounding. So we've done this before, but on a deeper movement. We're keeping the energy going around the solar plexus. Just keep moving into those stomach muscles. It's such a good way of massaging all the digestive system, creating that feeling of building the energy up into the body. And then let's go anti-clockwise, using the muscles. Keep the muscles nice and soft, allowing that fluidity into the body. Although we're speeding up, so we're working faster than our breath, we still want to keep that, maintain that level of softness in the breath. And then back to center. And now as we fold over, you'll notice we activate down into the middle chakra. But if we bring our hands in front of us and arch up, we get the solar plexus and start activating into that particular chakra point as well. And then bringing the body down. So it's a seated cat-cow position, but as we're leaning forward, we can really draw into that stomach and activate the solar plexus. And what we're trying to do is bring a calmness as we're bringing that energy into the body. Now, if we do these postures really quickly, we're going to bring agitation into the body. We don't want to do that. We want to gently build the fire in the stomach, activating those points. And you notice also that we concentrate a lot on moving the stomach muscles. Of course, that's where the seat of the second and third chakra point lays. Rocking in and out. And now let's really connect in with the breath, drawing the breath into the body, rounding down, drawing the stomach muscles in towards the spine, activating that solar plexus. And then as we come out, we want to find length and stretch across that point. And let's have 3 more, working with the breath. And then coming back up to seated. Taking your arms out to the side, so your elbows at shoulder height. And here we're going to twist. So we did this last week, but I want us to do it really slowly and get into the stretch just at this point here as we twist around, coming up into that third chakra point, getting a nice deep stretch, and then back round. And let's really work with the breath. So breathing in, allowing the breath to keep flowing through the body. Just because we're using these stomach muscles, we don't want to restrict our breath. Yes, it's going to be further up into the chest rather than deep down to the stomach, but we still want to feel that softness of breath through the body. Enjoying the heat building up into the shoulders, and we're warming the shoulders up as well to help us into our plank flow in a minute. And let's have 3 more either side to work with the breath. Don't let the shoulders drop down. Don't let the arms drop down. And 1 more either side, keeping the intensity to the front of the body. And release down. Let's come over into our cat-cow. So we do our cat-cow very frequently because it's an excellent way to warm up the back. And as we're activating this area, we really want to start building that energy into that part. So first of all, coming into your tabletop position, knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, and then just gently flow. Let's have 6 rounds, just working, you know this posture, working with the breath, enjoying the stretch, holding just a little bit deeper, really activate into the front of the body. keeping focused on stretching up as we draw the solar plexus up towards the back of the body, activating the back of the chakra point. As we draw down, finding that stretch all the way through the front of the body, stemming out from the middle point. Let's have 2 more. And back down to tabletop position. And now we're going to come into our plank position. Now, if you've got problems with your wrist, then come down onto the forearms. Otherwise, we're going to start off into the straight arm position. So getting the position, first of all, what we want to do is make sure that we're not collapsing down, sinking down in the stomach muscles. So here we want to find that length through the body, checking into our wrists are underneath the shoulders. And here we want to engage the pelvic floor muscles, but all the way up to that strength into the stomach. And we're just going to rock backwards and forwards, just small movements into the heels. And notice I'm pushing back with my heels to create that length through the body. Just rocking backwards and forwards. I'm going to do 2 more. And 1 more. And then up into downward facing dog. So in the plank position, you'll notice that the more you energize into the pelvic floor muscles, into the abdominal muscles, the stronger the position and the more energy you can activate up into the solar plexus. Just using downward facing dog as a nice stretch through the body, gently working into your downward facing dog. Breathing, releasing, and then coming back into your plank. Let's have some more movement. So bringing the body, making sure we're not sinking down, keeping a nice strong plank. Checking we're not sinking down into the neck, but finding that energy from the crown to the heels. And let's have 5 gentle movements, rocking backwards and forwards. Engaging those core movements, those core movements around the stomach. Activating, building heat in the body. And then bring the knees out to the side and come down into a child's pose. Now it's up to you whether you want to come down in traditional child's with your knees together, hands to the side, or in a wide angled child pose and bringing the arms out in front. We're going to take 4 rounds of breath here. So find the position that gives you the nicest stretch on how the body feels today, how you want to take this relaxing pose. Getting a nice deep stretch into the back of the body, just taking a few rounds of breath. One more deep breath. And now we're going to come into a forearm plank. So we're doing exactly the same into the core muscles. Bring the forearms down onto the mat, the elbows about the same distance as the shoulders. Taking the feet back. So notice my heels come back. They're not in alignment. They're coming back away from the body, creating that strength all the way up into the core. You might need to realign the shoulders once you've taken the legs back. And here again, what we're doing is activating those core muscles, particularly stemming from that solar plexus point. Here we're going to hold for 5 breaths. Take some nice strong breaths. Holding the position. Remember, we're building fire in the body. Fire in determination, motivation, willpower. Let's have 2 more breaths. And last one. And then gently bringing the body down, resting the solar plexus down onto the mat. And then bringing the upper body up, checking we're not collapsing down into the shoulders. Relaxing the glutes, and then just gently bringing the chest forward, getting this nice stretch. Stretch, extending all the way up through the front of the body, but stemming from that solar plexus point. Breathing and releasing. 2 more breaths. Allowing the body to settle back down. And then we release, bringing the hands underneath, coming up, and we're coming back onto our bottoms. Here we're coming into a twist pose. So again, twists are going to activate the solar plexus point. So I'm going to show you directly face on, and then I'll turn around to the side so you can see. But what we're doing is bringing the right leg out in front and bringing the left foot on the inside of the thigh, bringing the hips around. So using a cushion is also really good to help lift into that lower back. Just sitting on the end of the cushion, position it so your sit bones are just on the edge, lifting up and releasing into the lower back. And we're bringing our hips through to the front here. So we're in line with this straight leg, not through the middle, but through here. So we're already starting to activate some of the back muscles. So here what we want to do now is bring our right hand onto our left elbow, left hand onto our right elbow, and we're gently going to come round towards the knee that's bent. So it's a slightly different twist, and it's a gentle twist into the back, but it allows you to squeeze into the solar plexus point. Here we're going to breathe. Enjoy this very gentle twist, and then gently coming round towards the outside of the bent leg. Try not to drop back into the spine, but sitting up tall. And now we're going to come around to the centre and round to the other side. Again, gently. You're not going to get as far this side because the restrictions in the position. Just gently squeezing into that solar plexus point. The key thing here is not to scrunch up into the shoulders, but we're keeping our awareness into the body as a whole. So we're not leading with this neck. It's all about bringing the shoulders round. The head should play no part in it, completely relaxed. Let's have 3 more breaths. Relax the shoulders, see if you can get a little bit deeper. Make sure we're not rounding down into the back, but still sitting up on our sit bones, not our tailbone. And then release. Now we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to change my positions and come to the side angle so you can see from the side angle. So here we've got the cushion just lifting up through the tailbone, allowing that freedom into the spine. The left leg now is straight, and bring the right leg into the mat, into the inner thigh. And we've got the left leg activated like we are in Dandasana. So it's not flopping out to the side, but activated, still working a little bit into the thigh muscle. And then bringing the body round in line with the straight leg, taking the arms across and then folding. And here we come gently, first of all, round towards the bent leg. So it's a nice soft twist, just gently activating, keeping the body activated so the spine is in alignment all the way up to the crown of the head with this gentle twist. Just enjoying the heat in the body from the plank sequence. And now we're just gently allowing that solar plexus to squeeze and release, bringing energy into that area. And then round to the other side. As we come round, we're bringing the right shoulder round, the left shoulder's coming round, and then just check, no tension in the head. We're not leading with the head. This is a posture that people look around, so everything's coming into the neck, but not into the muscles in the back, and not squeezing into the solar plexus, and that's where we want to be activating. The other thing, what happens is you put too much tension in the left shoulder as you come around to the left side. So make sure that you relax that left shoulder. As you gently start coming a little bit deeper, connecting with the breath. Let's hold it for 4 more nice deep breaths, activating into that solar plexus. Breathing and releasing. Enjoying this just a subtle twist. Breathing and releasing. And then relax. Now coming back into Dandasana position and using your cushion just to lift up through the spine, bringing your awareness back into the body, still in the body, and now we're going to finish on a boat pose variation. So the key thing here is not to round into the back and drop back. We want to keep the body as upright as possible as we bring the right leg in and left leg off the mat. And then release, bring the left leg in and right leg off the mat. And now that activates these muscles here. So now we want to bring the legs off the mat, trying to keep this short V position. So we don't want to come right back here, bringing the knees into the chest, lifting the body up, and then taking the arms in whichever position you want to. You can take them out to the side, into Namaste, take them up, whichever position works for you. Or if you find it difficult to balance, just have them gently to the side of the body. And then drawing the knees in, we're going to hold for 2 more breaths. And 1 more. And then release. Drawing the feet together, gently rocking forward, rocking over from the hips, not rounding into the spine, but bringing the body forward. We do that by drawing the stomach muscles up together. So we're not drawing them in, we're drawing them up together. The abdominal muscles are coming up together, and as we do that, it releases into the back, gives us length into the back. So as one area contracts, another area releases, and that's what we want to do in this position. Breathing and releasing. Have 2 more breaths. And then back up again, straight into our boat pose variation, bringing the arms to the side or holding them out, knees in, body upright. And we're going to have 5 breaths here to finish our practice today. So the last bit of fire in your belly to really activate that solar plexus point. 3 more breaths, breathing. Keeping the energy into the body, breathing. And 1 more, breathing, drawing in and release. Bringing the body down into Shavasana. Here you can come down into Shavasana straight away. Alternatively, then you can stop the video and then go straight over into your meditation video, and it's a nice way of continuing that activation into the solar plexus point.